Hello my conscious queens, welcome back to another video. And to my new subscribers, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to welcome you to my YouTube community. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. So today I wanted to talk to you about financial freedom and financial confidence. So I know that you probably heard the term already of financial freedom. The term is out there everywhere. Everyone is talking about financial freedom. But today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my journey on this financial freedom path, and my experiences and what I've done to create a lifestyle for myself where I'm not financially dependent on anyone. Because you should, okay, if you do know, if you've been watching some of my other videos, I talk about financial freedom a lot. And I always say to you guys that financial freedom is the only freedom there truly is. Because if you are going to be dependent on other people for money or for anything, because you don't have the financial means to get it yourself, you will always going to be tied to people and situations that you don't want to be tied to, all because you depend on them financially. Okay, so I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys. It wasn't long ago, about maybe three or 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I was broke. I was broke. I had no money. Let's start at the beginning. So let's go way back. Let's go back to, what is it now? 2020. Let's go back to 2010, when I moved out of my parents' house and I started creating a life for myself. And it wasn't an exciting life, but it was a life outside of what I knew. And it was exciting in a way, learning new things, being involved in new things, getting a job for the first time, having interactions with people, having friends for the first time, being allowed to be in the outside world for the first time. It's exciting and it's scary. And I remember my main focus at that time was make money, because I didn't want to be in a position where I had to move back to my parents. I didn't want to be in a position where I had to ask them for money, where I had to be financially dependent on them specifically. I didn't really have the room in my mind at that time to think about other people at that point. So what happened was, I got a job and I started earning money, and I got a better job and I earned more money, and then I got a better job and I earned even more money, and then I started my own business. And I had my own business for about 5 years, and it was amazing. I started small. I was doing tutoring, teaching maths and science to high school kids, and I was doing that on the weekends and working my full-time job. And then I was still studying at night. I was studying BCom accounting at that time. I hated it and I dropped out eventually, but I was studying something because I still had that old conditioning that I needed to study something. If I'm not going to study anything or be qualified in any specific degree or any specific sector, that I would be unsuccessful. And so I was studying at night. I was going to work during the day, and I was tutoring 3 evenings a week and on the weekends. So with all this extra money I put aside, I eventually started my own business, where I had a premises and I had classrooms and I could hire teachers, and it was just an amazing experience. I created my own school with my own sort of like my own spin on how I wanted things to be. So it was a very relaxed environment. The kids were learning in a fun and interesting way. It was one-on-one learning. It was more of a homeschooling vibe, but in my institution. And that lasted for about 3 years, the schooling business, lasted about 3 years. And it was a very interesting time for me. I learned so much. In that time, I met someone and I made a lot of bad financial decisions from that time moving forward. So I would say for the last 3 years, I have not been doing well financially. I was broke. When I say broke, I mean broke. I was broke. I was in debt. I had no money. I had no income. I was depressed beyond belief. I could not get myself out of bed some days. I was defeated. I was broken. I was done. And I'm not going to get into the reasons and why things happened. We're just going to focus on the finances for now. Maybe in another video, I'll explain how it all happened and, you know, what to look out for. But a lot of it was related to this relationship that I was in. And, you know, being abused financially and all of these things. But I'll cover that in another video. And it was only this year, I would say March, I would say May. I would say this year, May. My birthday's in May. Hi, all the Tauruses out there. So it was in my birthday month that I actually started to manifest money for real. Real money into my bank account every single day. And it has changed my life significantly, you know, but it didn't just start in May. I have to backtrack and just say something here quickly. It didn't just start in May. It started, I would say, a year before that, with getting my mindset right, learning, doing trainings, investing in myself, trying new things, putting myself out there, creating money. Okay, it was a year in the making, reading books. I probably read about a book every 2 weeks for the last year. So it was a lot of training and a lot of preparing for this to manifest in the form of money. And eventually I, you know, understood what worked and what didn't. Now I can say I understood what worked and what didn't because I can look back on it. But at the time, I was just doing things. You hear this, do this. You hear that, do this training, read this book, follow this person on Instagram, write this blog, do this, register on this website, do all of these things, and none of it was working for me. I eventually found a system that did work for me, and I've been sticking to it till today. And I can say with pride, I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so happy that I'm in this position that I am now, where I'm earning an income that can sustain my lifestyle. I can pay all of my bills without even batting an eyelid. I don't need to think about it. If I go anywhere and my daughter wants something, it's no problem. I can just buy her whatever she wants. Not that I spoil her or I just, you know, smother her with things, but I'm in a position where I don't need to say no because I cannot afford it. I can say no because I don't want to have it, or because I don't think it's worth it, or because whatever other reason, but my reasons are never money related. I can go into the shop and I don't need to choose between milk and sugar. I can take both. I can take the most expensive brands if I want. You know, I don't need to consider, you know, I need to buy this and I need to buy that, and where can I get this cheaper, and where can I get that cheaper, and where can I save a few, you know, some money here. And so I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm free of that. And this is the financial freedom that everyone speaks about. Yes, I'm still leveling up on my journey. Absolutely, I have a long way to go. I have much bigger dreams that I'm accomplishing. But this, for me, to come out from being broke and having no money and being in debt and living with abusive people just because I don't have a place to stay, and worrying about where's my next meal going to come from, how am I going to feed my daughter, how am I going to buy diapers for my daughter, all of these things, it just vanished. And I'm so happy and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. And like I said, it took a lot of practices for me to get to this point. But now that I'm here, I know what works for me, and I'm sticking to what works for me to, continue with this progress. One thing I quickly want to point out is, there's a major difference between financial freedom and financial confidence. And I learned this from one of my mentors as well. And for me, financial freedom is this feeling that I'm just explaining to you now. The feeling of, I don't need to worry about money. I know money is coming in. Here's, I can show you proof. Here's the days my money is coming in. I can go to the shop and I can buy what I want without feeling, like I'm choking. I can buy things freely. I can do things freely. If I want to have an experience, I can go and do it. Just the other day, it was last Sunday, I took my daughter out to go and see the penguins. What an amazing experience that was. And I wouldn't have been able to do that previously, because I would have to think about, okay, I'm going to have to throw in petrol in the car. I'm going to have to buy snacks for her to eat during the day. I'm going to have to pay an entrance fee for us both at the Penguin Center. She's going to probably want something to remember the day by. I'm going to have to buy her something. All of these things, and it all boils down to money. And that's just not fair. Money is just a tool we use to have experiences in our lives, to do the things we want to do, okay, to impact other people. I wouldn't be able to make this video and share this video with you and be here speaking to you today if money was an issue. Because then how would I pay for my internet? I don't have a phone. I don't have a camera. I don't have, whatever. All of these things boil down to not having money. And it's important to note that when you are in that state, when you are in that, broke state of mind, it's difficult to pull yourself out of it. Because you try to have this positive mindset and you try to think about, okay, I'm going to visualize having money and I'm going to do all of these manifestation, activities, and I'm going to try this, and that's not going to work. Where you need to begin is your mind. You need to heal yourself first. You need to heal yourself first, and you need to learn the lessons that you were supposed to learn, because that's why you are in that state right now. There's something you need to learn to get yourself out of there. Okay, you need to learn something to progress. If you didn't learn anything, this lesson is just going to repeat itself and you're going to become broke once again. Tomorrow you can walk into money. Somebody can, leave money to you in their will, or you can find money on the street or whatever, but you'll end up broke again because your foundation is not ready. Your foundation is not solid. You're not ready in your mind. Your mindset is not there for you to receive money, work with money, multiply that money, save that money, use that money, So that's one thing I wanted to share with you, that your mindset needs to be good and you need to work on your mindset continuously. It's not something you work on and, okay, now I have my money, I'm gonna, work on other stuff now. Mindset is something you continuously work on. Financial confidence. So financial confidence comes from knowing that should that happen, should you lose your money tomorrow, you can get it back. You know what to do. You have systems in place. You have whatever you need in place to make that money back. That is financial confidence, and that is where we should be moving towards. Because what COVID-19 has proven to the world, to me, to everyone, is that nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. Anything can happen, and you need to be ready for it. So if you are depending on your job for your income, great, you've got your money. You are perhaps financially free in the sense that you can go to the shop, you can buy what you want, you can go where you want, you can wear what you want without worrying about the price tag, whatever. You are financially free in that sense. But are you financially confident? If you lose your job tomorrow, do you have what it takes to make that money from scratch? Do you know what to do to bring yourself to a level where you are earning the same or more or whatever it is without the aid of a job or somebody giving you a handout or welfare or whatever? Do you have what it takes to do that? And that's what I say when I say financial confidence. That's having the confidence to know no matter what happens, I can make this happen again. I can get my bank account to X amount again. I can do this again. I can have money again. I can create money again. This is financial confidence, the ability to create money at will. The ability to create money at will without depending on anything external, without depending on a job, without depending on a husband, without depending on anything besides you. You are the key. Everything you need is inside of you. It's within you. You need to tap into that, and you need to make sure that it manifests in your physical reality by preparing for it. It cannot show up until you are prepared for it. It's not going to show up until you are prepared for it. So that's just what I quickly wanted to share with you guys about financial freedom and financial confidence. And you know, it boils down to having a plan. Having a plan. Do you have a plan? Do you know what's happening? Because I can guarantee you, if you lose your job tomorrow, you are going to be in a panic state because you haven't prepared for that. You haven't prepared for that situation, for that scenario. Maybe now, with recent times, people have thought about these things, but previously they have not. That is why so many people have now become broke, homeless. You know, they were depending on their jobs, and now their jobs are no longer there. With a blink of an eye, like that, and it was gone. You know? So I'm actually working on a program that I wanted to, I don't actually want to reveal too many details about it because it's still in the works, but it will be available on my website. I hope my website will be up soon. We're looking at about 10 days still, and my website will be up. And then you can go and check it out on my website. But for now, you know, I am working on some kind of a program or a teaching or a guidance of some sort that can help you get to financial confidence. And you know, there's no easy way around it. If you've been in a situation where you are broke and you have no money and you cannot buy food, I know that feeling. I was there. Not so long ago, a few months ago, I was there. And it's so simple. It's so simple to make that switch and go from being broke and in a broke mindset to being free financially and financially confident. It's so simple. It takes, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple. It starts with the mind. Start with your mind. Start with your mind. Whatever limiting beliefs you have around money, deal with that. Take it head on and deal with that. Don't run away from your issues. Don't run away from your problems and pretend like it's not there. Because they're just going to keep rising to the surface until you deal with it. Yes, you can put things on top of it, but it's just going to keep rising to the surface until you deal with it. So that's my advice to you. Okay? If you are struggling right now, and if you don't know how you're going to put food on the table tomorrow, I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But my advice to you would be, go within. Go within, sit with yourself, and truly understand, why don't you have money? Why don't I have money? What did I do or did I not do to get me into this position right now? Go within. And once you know what it is that you are dealing with, then you can tackle those issues one by one. You can write out a plan and you can start tackling those issues one by one. If it means that you need to start a business, that's your plan. If it means that you need to do whatever, that is your plan. You make a plan and you do it. But it starts with the mind. No matter what plan it is, no matter how good the plan is, if your mindset is not ready, and if your mindset is not right, no plan is going to win for you. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.